grateful to have the chance to receive the authentic lineage of Shakyamuni Buddha that's come down through all the masters and all the pandits. And really, Geshe, you're our link to that in Australia. So thank you so much for being that for us, for leading us in the practices and all the wonderful teachings. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So. Yeah. So. So tonight, at the beginning, for a few minutes, we will collectively recite Guru Shakyamuni Buddha's name mantra while reflecting on Shakyamuni Buddha's deeds, in particularly the 12 major deeds. Even though Buddha's deeds are infinite, it is inconceivable when we think about, when we try to understand Buddha's deeds. It's inconceivable. Even in the Jataka, very much recorded 500 Buddha's reincarnations in a favorable performance, in a favorable realm, and 500 reincarnations in unfavorable realm, solely for the benefiting, liberating sentient beings, from samsara, from suffering. So even just that, and if we reflect on those deeds, during those different lives, itself is unimaginable. There's no question about those, yeah. No question about all the omniscient, the rest of the other activities. So as far as concerned with our own capability to apprehend and directly impact to we, southern human being, I think there's an echo or something, isn't it? You all can hear, okay?
Yes. Sorry, Geshe, I'm just asking everyone to make sure they're muted. I've been trying to mute everybody. Again, sure. Sorry for that. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, I think better. Yes. Okay. So now I try to be more fluent. I have no good concentration. I can get distracted. Okay. So yes, what I'm trying to say is the Buddha's 12 deeds that he directly intended for the southern world human existence, like us, and even though we are born, this precious human rebirth, quite obviously very much only by now, if we have reborn as a precious human rebirth by then, when Buddha was alive, maybe we are already achieve arhats or enlightened. Or maybe some of you are maybe manifestations of those arhats and those Buddhas, and who knows? I can speak for myself. Definitely didn't manage to be born during that time. So, but still, we are equally benefited as very much equal that we are born during that period, during the Buddha's Buddha's actual living, performing of those 12 deeds. The very much the essence of his deeds is the turning wheel of Dharma. So that is the ultimate, and that is the essence. And even today's time, it's very much depend on one's own individual effort. If we equip with the joyous effort, and if we use the right intelligence, to really to understand the preciousness of our life, the preciousness of the Dharma, then maximize all the all the potentials and take full advantage of it within this very lifetime. We too have the capability to actualize full enlightenment. So that is very much same as those who are fortunate to meet Buddha in person and receive teaching directly then, and right then and there, they achieve path and grounds, arhatship, full enlightenment. Such an example of those 5 disciples like that. So therefore, as mentioned before, the main essence is the turning wheel of Dharma by the Buddha. And that is most precious to you, because that is the only way we can, individual can able to eradicate all the things that we do not wish to experience. Eradicate all the others' powers, such as karma and delusion. In particularly the Dharma that Buddha have taught, which has the characteristic of, that to able to qualify to be direct antidote to the root cause of samsara, root cause of all the things that we do not wish to experience, including this very obvious, samsara existence of our emotion and our physical aggregates, which is quite troublesome to us, isn't it? I think each and every one of us, throughout the life, we went through quite a lot of challenge in relation to this body and this emotion, isn't it? And we really maybe cannot use the word envy, but normal way we use this word envy. We envy of Buddhas. Envy of Buddhas, always living in peace, always completely enjoy, everlasting happiness in entirety of their existence, wherever they be, wherever they are, whenever they exist, in anywhere, everything is blissful, for Buddha, everything is blissful. For Buddha, even their physical body is blissful. Physical body is also omniscient, unbelievable. Even physical body is omniscient. Every single pore of Buddha become omniscient, become all are enlightened. Enlightened characteristics, which is absolute peace and happiness. There's no flaws at all. Yeah, you see. So and that potential is given to us. That path is given to us. That solution is was a solution to achieve the same quality that Buddha equipped. Buddha have given to us. Buddha have taught us. The Dharma, the path, the teaching on altruism, the altruistic wisdom and altruistic attitude. So therefore, there's only reasons to be feel gratitude towards Buddha, feel very fortunate towards meeting Buddha Dharma, and feel confident in our spiritual life. The way looking at our day-to-day effort that we put, by now I think all of us, we are. We can say we are quite disciplined, isn't it? Not as wild as before, isn't it? So it's a quite sometimes it's a bit tiring, but then still quite disciplined, isn't it? Each and every one of us, I try to be mindful of Dharma, try to be mindful of collecting virtues through all sort of means, such as doing our daily practices, being kind to others, being in the service of others. Try to guard our three doors. By making sure that if we cannot serve others, if we cannot condition, the rest of the numberless sentient beings' happiness, but at least we try to not to cause any problem, not to cause any harm to others, and that's quite obvious, isn't it? All of us, at least at home, with your children, with your partner, with your parents, with your pets, it's very obvious, isn't it? You are much more altruistic than before, isn't it? So that is so wonderful. That is a great great ethic, great discipline, great spiritual practice, great development on the path, and that is the sign that we are definitely receiving blessings from Buddha, and at the same time, we are really purifying so much of our past negative karma. Then, in particularly by using this samsaric body, the contaminated body, as a vehicle to cultivate all these daily practices. Really making direct effect of purifications of these samsaric aggregates, and all this happened because of Buddha appeared into this world. Buddha turned the wheel of Dharma. Then on top of that, the kindness, the deeds of the Buddha, Buddha manifesting in the form of our guru, in the form of our spiritual guide, spiritual friend, spiritual inspiration, which each and every one of us here, we have in our life, like His Holiness, like Kyabdin Lama Soren Bache, and all your other individual, all your other gurus, and that is the unimaginable thing happened in our life. and that is the, Sangyege Tille, we call Sangyege Tille. It is Buddha's blessing, you see. Buddha is perfected with the 10 perfections. One of them is called Sangyege Tille, the Buddha's blessing. And that most obvious blessing that we have received is meeting the human guru, meeting the guru that who carry very much, same kind of physical aggregates, same kind of, very much in the same way we born as a human, who carry this emotion, who carry the same structure like our body, and who has who carry the same skill, the language that we can able to communicate among each other, those of the Sambhogakaya, Buddha's manifestations of Sambhogakaya, we have no common language to communicate with them. Even though how great they are, they are the teachers to all the Arya Bodhisattvas, but unfortunately, we don't have the same language, there's no same dictionary. So there's not much, direct impact to us, you see. So therefore, Buddha, manifesting in the guru that which very much behave like you, behave like us, which eat the similar kind of food, which similar like that. And that is unbelievable, unbelievable blessing, unbelievable, kindness and the compassions of the Buddha, for us to have that direct communication, to Buddha, which is the Guru. You see, so then more than that, the teaching, one of the main activities of the Guru is to provide teaching and abundance of teaching that we have opportunity to receive. Just an example, like in today's time, like His Holiness Dalai Lama, like Gyabja Lama Sopa Rinpoche, they teach so much. They teach all aspects of the teachings of different schools, different yanas, different different topics, very much entirety of the teaching. So these are unbelievable fortune, unbelievable blessing of the Buddha. It is all the Sangyege Tille. It is all the Buddha's blessing, directly intended for us. You see? So, so from this reason, we really should feel gratitude of Guru Shakyamuni Buddha. First of all, among the 1,000 fortunate Buddha, no one very much didn't see the karmic affinity to descend, during this fortunate eon, during this era, within the fortunate eon in the southern world, except Shakyamuni Buddha, see there's a purpose, for him to descend. There's a benefit for him to descend to this southern world. He saw the southern world beings, during the fortunate time of his teaching remain. There's a hope for so many will actualize the path, will actualize enlightenment, and we are, among that category, which makes Guru Shakyamuni Buddha to put effort to descend to this world. So from that point of view, how fortunate, from numberless eons of lifetime, that suddenly that numberless eons of dark era, dark period, suddenly that we obtain a light, the life there's given, all the opportunities, so like that. So very much in today's time, unless ourselves lacking effort, otherwise there's no lacking of all the stages of the Dharma. There's no lacking of the teacher. There's no lacking of the actual engagement of those teachings in practices. You see, so from that point of view, the sentient beings are unbelievable kind, as equal kind as Buddha, if not more, as equal kind as Buddha. So those of you who have received teaching from Gyaltsab Lama Rinpoche last few days, Rinpoche was specifically talking about the sentient being, even kinder than the Buddha, so there are so many reasons that Rinpoche presented. So, and that we can understand in our life, in our life, all of us have family, friends, there's family, friends, plus there are so many other kind of beings, have different relation to you. Some manifest, some so-called as enemy, irritating you, harming you, some ignoring you, and some express love to you. And each and every one of them is unbelievable, precious. It is very much like, those who meet Buddha Dharma, those who meet in particularly Mahayanic Buddha Dharma, the altruistic Dharma, then all this different kind of treatment to us is also, is a blessing of Buddha, it's a blessing of Buddha. People who harm you make you perfect your practice in patience. If no one harms you, no one disturbs you, you cannot achieve that benefit. Without perfecting practice of 6 paramita, we will not gain enlightenment, isn't it? So that's the fact. That's the fact. So even how powerful Buddha is there, if our patience is not perfected, Buddha is quite helpless to us. Buddha is kind of like, oh no, I can't do every job for you, Isn't it? I think if Buddha, is there directly talking to you, if there's nobody disturbing you, Buddha will say, okay, that part I can't help you. So therefore is, unbelievable fortunate that, we have so many people disturb you, including of those mosquitoes, those cockroaches, those people that who really, give you a hard time. It's truly a blessing of Buddha when you really think, and according to the Dharma, then truly these are the blessings of the Buddha. These are also Sanghya Tile, so like that. So then if you have someone in your life that you needed to care for, someone that always need to care for. Let's say an example, children. When they are in your womb, they kick your stomach so many times. You have to sacrifice so much. Okay, fine. It's still infant, so you still no problem. You continue to care. But then after come out to the world, wow, become even more naughty. Become more naughty. Then once they start to go to school, you become even more naughty, isn't it? Then sometimes, especially once they become teenage, some kids can go out of control. They just kind of oppose everything to you. They become the boss, and and if they become the boss of all the virtues, it's good, but sometimes they become the boss of all the troubles, And so you almost become one of the disciples of, who have experienced all the blessing of troubles from your children. Also happens like that. Not only children, but also from partner, your friends, it could be anybody. So, so sometimes, like endless, worry, like whole life, there's not much peace in relation to your children, it's so much trouble from the worldly point of view, but then from the altruistic point of view, from the Dharma point of view, that children who's giving you so much work, so much headache, so much trouble is one of the best blessings that Buddha have manifested, Buddha have manifested for you, for us. You see, so that there, where you can practice generosity of your love, generosity of your forgiveness, how much mistake that your children makes, you're able to practice forgiveness, you're able to practice patience, you're able to, and anyways, your children, your family member, you have to feed them, and especially someone who always give you a problem, they don't earn, they don't study, then you have to, you really have to feed them everything. You have to give them everything, isn't it? Then almost even more opportunity to practice generosity, you see. Then you have to be, and sometimes, people around you have, when people, how to say, go a bit out of hand, or some of family members when they get sick, or when they get old, then naturally the system, their mind becomes a bit more impatient, more agitated, more hallucinationalized, etc. Then because of that, you are given so much opportunity to practice concentration, be absolute mindful of the way how you talk to them, the way how you relate to them. For them, if you don't be gentle, you're really going to mess up. If you're not careful with your word, they become so sensitive when someone become, sick, because they have so much stress, you see, from the pain, from the inconvenience. So they become so sensitive. If you are not careful with your word, if slightly louder word, going to hurt them. You see. Then since they are sick or what you call, they're going through some life obstacles, then both body and mind, everything becomes very weak. You see. So the way we handle, the way how we present ourselves to them, physically, verbally, mentally, we really have to be so mindful, to be so gentle, so kind, so careful. You see, so these are amazing. It's very much like a teased training to develop, absolute shamatha, absolute concentration. You see, then we will be given opportunity to do all this. If we know the Dharma, then relate to them everything with selflessly. Everything do that with unconditional way. Really, completely, you actualize the antidote to your self-cherishing attitude as well as to the self-grasping attitude. You see, it's very much you are directly applying the antidote of emptiness and antidote of bodhicitta into your day-to-day, life. Right then and there, start immediately with those people in the family. You see, it's not like it's not like I've received the teaching, I know the Dharma, then now I need to take holiday to go for retreat to practice. you know, maybe next year, maybe during Christmas holiday, maybe New Year, you know, like kind of, you know, most of the time we plan like that, you know. But in such day-to-day family circumstances, you know, there's no time to plan. You have to act right now. You have to practice right now. You have to retreat right now, you know. It's unbelievable, you see. So therefore, it's so, you know, how to say, so there are two ways of understanding, you know, one way that, you know, whatever kind of people that comes in your life, including of those difficult people, is result of our own karma. You see, result of our own karma. And we are so blessed that this karma ripen, you know, well, we understand Dharma. Unbelievable, isn't it? You know, if you think like that, you know, how fortunate that, you know, I had to deal with all this difficulty while I was blessed with Dharma wisdom. If I had to deal such difficulty when I have no Dharma, you know, what kind of situation I would be, you know, can you imagine? It would be, you know, much harder, isn't it? You see, so therefore, this is no other than the blessing of Buddha. This is how we can say, you know, this is no other than blessing of Buddha. You know, it's timely giving me opportunity to purify, you know, my own karma and perfect my path, and never had to experience, you know, such kind of, you know, suffering life in future. So therefore, this person to whom that I need to sacrifice so much is no greater than the Buddha. It's you know, no different than the Guru. So it is absolutely a Guru. It's Buddha. You see. So this is also one of the reasons, you know, we can understand the sentient beings are either equal kindness as a Buddha, kind as Buddha, or even more kinder than the Buddha. You know, you see, equal kindness as a Buddha. Even though Buddha have taught us the path, but without the cultivation of the practice, we cannot actualize the benefit of the Dharma because of that. Yeah, you see. Kinder than the Buddha, because Buddha provide the technique, but the sentient being, you know, directly let you apply, let the path to be actualized in you. You see. So therefore, kinder than the Buddha. You know, so these are just few reasons. You see. So therefore, all those, you know, any kind of family members, you know, helpful and difficult, where everyone is, you know, we can understand in understanding of Dharma, they are the blessings of the Buddha. So like that. Then, from the point of view of, you know, how kind the mother sentient being out there, you know, even just from the side of the sentient being, in the side of that children or that family member or whoever that, you know, they're relating those situations or actions with you, you know, in order to bring immense of benefits to you, to develop the path, perfecting in the 6 paramitas, that they themselves, you know, put into a situation to accumulate so much negative karma. So this is one of the another reason that, you know, numberless sentient beings have accumulated so much negative karma, you know, for you, just for your benefit. You know, we normally discuss that our, you know, our present mother, in order to nurture you, you know, just to protect you, nurture you, you know, she has to create so much non-dharma activities, just to bring up you see, and that we relate to rest of the numberless sentient beings who has been our mother from beginningless lifetime. Let's say an example, if we happen to born as a tiger's cub, then in order for the tiger mother to have a milk to feed us, the tiger has to kill his prey, other animals, to nurture herself so that she has the strength to feed you, isn't it? An example like that. So you see, so we can understand from the point of view of Dharma, then you see, these sentient beings, as I have given example of that difficult partner or difficult children or difficult person, whoever they may be. They're very much like, for your benefit, they jump into the pit of fire like that, for your benefit, or for your benefit, they create unbelievable negative karma that may result themselves being reborn in the hell realm, also possible. Then right there, these people who harming you, they suffer so much. You see, who really give you, inconvenience in whatever way, those whoever may be, if they are not in suffering, they won't give you inconvenience. Because of their in suffering, they are delusionalized. They are controlled by their past negative karma or delusion. That's why they harm you. That's why they behave non-virtually and create harm to you. You see, and so that understand that right then, when they are harming you, when they're giving you trouble, they are in deep suffering. But you, as someone who know the Dharma, because of that suffering person harming you, you get chance to practice patience. You get chance to perfect your practice of paramita, all the 6 paramitas. You see, you relate each and every practice of paramita to that person. As I mentioned before, be generous to be understanding of that suffering person's situation instead of retaliating, instead of being angry back. Rather you feel compassion. You see, rather you feel compassion to this person. You see, with that understanding, you will genuinely have a joyous effort to put all the efforts to find ways to help this person. You see, then you will do that with, as I mentioned before, with so much mindfulness. And as I mentioned before, you will do that with a sense of selfless, really putting that suffering person first before than you, and then, you would also understand that, the interdependent nature, the emptiness nature of the self, if you are, all of us, by now, basic meditation on emptiness, definitely we know how to do that. So in that way, you see, you will never get hurt. Whenever this person is hurting you, you simply get into emptiness meditation, and there's no self to get hurt. Isn't it? There's no self to get hurt. And you see, so then when you think from the conventional aspect of emptiness, then you understand the interdependent arising. Because of I harmed this person before, because of I behaved the same way that how this person behaving to me, that's why now this person behaving me this way. So therefore, the nature lies in interdependent arising. You see, unbelievable. You see, so from here we can say it is absolutely Buddha's blessing. All this happened like that. Okay. Okay, so my point here is, my point here is feel gratitude of Guru Shakyamuni Buddha and his teaching. So these are just a few ideas, then and visualize him right in front. Right within and everywhere, and as someone that who we see the object with eye consciousness, and as if when we open our eye, like it's right in front, right there, it's directly facing towards you. But otherwise, he is pervades in entire existence. It's not kind of physical, tangible, obstructive form. It's a wisdom body, light body, or the rainbow body, like that. Then, infinite light rays from his holy body. Then entire universe completely filled with the sound of the mantra, Tayata Omuni Muni Mamuni Soha. Then all beings, receiving right then and there blessings, and according with, right very now, or the temporary benefits that they wish to receive, then that causes each and every beings to actualize all the stages of the path, the Lamrim, which is the meaning of the Tayata Omuni Mamuni Soha. And then you can visualize all beings, actualizing state of Guru Shakyamuni Buddha. So Tayata is, is referring to the Tathagatas or the Buddhas that's gone beyond. Om, the three-syllable Oma, which also represent the basis of our body, speech, and mind, which carry, which is the basis of designations of this merely imputed self, merely in name, I. Then the three-syllable Om, was three-syllable Aoma. Om also is the substance of one's own resultant Buddha's holy body, speech, and mind. Muni, Muni, Maha Muni. So our first two Muni, first one is the teachings of the small scope. Second one is the teachings of the middle scope. The third one is the teachings of the higher scope, which contain both the sutra and tantra. Soha, to actualize them, accordingly within one's continuum, with all the blessings and benefits. So like that. So and we also do this for the benefit of numberless sentient beings, and of course, in particular, at this very time in this world, there are a lot of problems going on, such as the pandemic, war, disease, etc., then natural disaster, etc. So we dedicate this practice also to overcome that. And we also dedicate this for the long life and the good health of all the gurus, like His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Jepchenam Sobuche, all your other spiritual gurus, and yourself, your family members. So we'll recite refuge and Bodhichitta. Then after that, salutation to Guru Shakyamuni Buddha. Then salutation to our lineage guru, His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Then after that, we recite the Shakyamuni Buddha's name mantra. Sangye Chodang Soje Chonala, Janju Badu Dani Jasonje, Daji Jinsoje Besonamje, Dola Penjere Sangye Dubarai Sho, Sangye Chodang Soje Chonala, Janju Badu Dani Jasonje, Daji Jinsoje Besonamje, Dola Penjere Sangye Dubarai Sho, Sangye Chodang Soje Chonala, Janju Badu Dani Jasonje, Daji Jinsoje Besonamje, Dola Penjere Sangye Semje damje dewa dang, dewe gyudang dembra gyuje, semje damje dunga dang, dunga je gyudang dawra gyuje, semje damje dunga mebe dewa dang mi dawa gyuje, semje damje nire chadang nidang daw. Tanyo lan nebra gyuro je, semje damje dewa dang, dewe gyudang dembra gyuje, semje damje dunga dang, dunga je gyudang dawra gyuje, semje damje dunga mebe dewa dang mi dawa gyuje. Semje damje nire chadang nidang dawe, tanyo lan nebra gyuro je, semje damje dewa dang, dewe gyudang dembra gyuje, semje damje dunga dang, dunga je gyudang dawra gyuje. Semje damje dunga mebe dewa dang mi dawa gyuje, semje damje nire chadang nidang dawe, tanyo lan nebra gyuro je, gange doze ne zone, tawa damje pambe jire, dambe chune denze. Kodam de la cha ze lo dong yin yin je song do ju be lam ze je gang je ten de be chana be mo Tenzin jia zo so wa de zo da yue jin ye lo aya ta o mu ni ma ya me na ye so Aya Thaya Muni Mai Mena Yesu Aya Thaya Muni Mai Mena Yesu Taya Taya Muni Maya 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 Mena Yesu Jawa de Nyudodan Lama Sangye Dubjune Dowa Jijamalu Deye Zala Gubarajo. Okay, thank you. So I thought tonight we do some question and answers since there's a lot of teachings from His Holiness Jeje Lama Solumche, and there's so many other teachings. So so maybe no need to, yeah. So so I thought maybe no need to talk. Yeah, no need to, yeah. So I thought maybe beneficial to do question answers. And Venerable Lindila sent me some question here. I will read this and answer. Then after that, we will go through the other questions that you have raised in the chat. So maybe that one, Venerable Lindy or someone can help to read for me. Then I will answer accordingly. Then after that, we will do a short light offering using the Lama Atisha's light offering at the end. Yeah. Okay, so the question here, it says, His Holiness the Dalai Lama was giving an initiation of Avalokiteshvara Jinasagara today based on the Highest Yoga Tantra, which requires a daily commitment of 6-session Guru Yoga. So the question 1, what preliminary basis must one have to be able to take on a Highest Yoga Tantric practice like this, initiation given by His Holiness Dalai Lama? So the answer for this, the basic preliminary to be qualified to receive Highest Yoga Tantric initiation. So yeah, a minimum, a basic minimum need to have solid understanding on the 3 principal aspects of the path. So in other words, solid understanding on Lamrim, what exactly the teaching on renunciation is, and you have a sense of not only understanding but also sense of the impact that you have received from the teaching, such as, or the practice such as on renunciation. The reason, the initiation that what you are taking, there's intense practice of receiving the vows, such as tantric vows, Buddhist vows. Then, in order to do that, one need to receive the refuge vows, and the refuge vow is the individual liberation vows. And for the no question about the higher vows, like such as tantric vows and Buddhist vow, but even any form of individual liberation vow, even it may be just a refuge, that vow has to be vows of renunciation. The vows of renunciation. Meaning here, the vow has to be initiated in our continuum with genuine, genuine sense of renunciation towards samsara, renunciation towards negativities. Renunciation towards samsara and the negativities. Then genuine sense of aspiration, for enlightenment. So since especially this, the initiation is, and according with Mahayanic Dharma, in particularly Tantra, and more than that is Highest Yoga Tantra. So the ultimate goal is without any doubt that has to be full enlightenment. So therefore, the person whoever receiving this initiation, need to have the purpose of receiving the vow, receiving the initiation, has to be aspire to actualize full enlightenment. So in order to have the aspiration to actualize enlightenment, you need to have a sense of reason to do so, and the reason has to be the inconvenience of samsara and negativities. You see, that's why the renunciation is needed. You see, so that's just a simple reason why you need to have a renunciation. At least the structural renunciation. If you have realized renunciation, it's best. If not, at least your heart is moved through the definition, what you learn, what really is the renunciation, like that. So in fact, whenever the vows are granted, including of refuge, including of then Buddhist vows, tantric vows during the initiation, you have to be fully structured in your heart, that mind of renunciation. On the basis of that, then you receive it, and on the basis of that, the vow, the transmission of vow, receive within your continuum. Is like that. Then it sustains the vow, the blessing of the vow, the transmission of the vow sustained within your continuum. It's very much like a sponge. It really absorbs the nectar and the blessing, the vow, like that. Otherwise, without the mind of renunciation, you become like a kind of like a, the container, the leakage got a hole. How much nectar the Dharma pour onto you, the vow that transmitted to you, it cannot sustain, it cannot contain within your continuum. You see. So therefore, yeah. So you see. So generally, when you receive the individual liberation vow, such as refuge and the Sangha vows, they directly emphasize the importance of this. Even in the word, the master will try to educate you. Then when the education is very fresh, then there, they pour the blessings of the vow to you, like that. But when we take the Buddhist vow, tantric vow, in particularly in this kind of big ceremony, there's no directly mentioned. It's very much you are already, it's already like kind of prepared. You understood because you're already in the teaching compound. So that means you're already prepared. You see. So this one of the reasons. Then the second principal aspect of the path is the Bodhichitta. So Bodhichitta is a fully matured heart of compassion, and the compassion is the foundation for the Mahayanic path. It serves as like a ground, or it serves as a seed to be planted in the ground. Whatever way you like to interpret. Then compassion is it's like a water that you need to constant, timely planting, when the seed is planted, in order the seeds to grow. Then even after you actualize the result, even after something is fruition, that fruit to be beneficial, then after you the meaning when you actualize state of full enlightenment, the purpose is to bring benefit to sentient being. you see. So the compassion is the reason what makes Buddha to always, in action, benefiting sentient beings, you see. So therefore, when you don't have the seed or the ground before you receive the teachings like high Sukha tantric teachings, high Sukha tantric initiation, and in particularly that main practice, the Buddhist vows and tantric vows, is very much like planting, that very powerful seed on the wrong ground, or even no ground. It's just like putting on the rock. It won't grow. So it's very much like that. So therefore, the second principal aspect of the path is needed. And not only that, even though at the time during the initiation, is very much you are make accessible in the mandala of the deity. It is very much like the beginning of the journey of actualizing all the benefit of the initiation. It's not the end. You see? So therefore, after you have the perfect ground and planted the right seed by the guru, all the initiations, like 4 initiations, then the practice, the Buddhist tantric vows, now you need to nurture it to grow, and that nurturing is none other than compassion, the Bodhichitta. You see, so as I mentioned before, it's like water that you need to plant it so that the seed will grow. So the compassion will make the precepts will grow, including of the tantric precept. Tantric precept is very much structured on the bricks of the Buddhist vows, or on the ground of Buddhist vows. You see, so when you continue to develop compassion, it also strengthens the tantric precepts. So like that. So yeah. So like that. Then so not only after achieving the benefit of enlightenment, but even while practicing the tantra, you will have the right practice to accumulate right causes for the right result. So the right result is the Buddha's wisdom body and the form body. And the right causes that you need to accumulate for that is the 2 types of merit of wisdom and merit of method. The merit of method is the direct cause for the form body, and merit of wisdom is the direct cause for the wisdom body. So you need to accumulate that. So therefore, during the path, you need to accumulate the merit of method, which is the practice of bodhicitta, a practice of great compassion. Then in future you will receive the absolute benefit of the tantra, which is enlightenment. From that reason. So then, yes. So if you receive the initiation with worldly concerns, just to gain worldly powers, or increasing worldly fortunes, or to gain some mantra power, to do just basic healings, as like worldly livelihood, or just to have effective capability to perform the 4 activities of the 4 activities such as pacifying, kind of chasing away the spirits, dispelling hindrances, by performing pujas, then etc. The activities of increasing, activities of controlling, activities of wrathfulness. So all this, if you do on the basis of worldly concern, then you become like the filthy container, contaminated container to receive the initiation. So it won't benefit you. It won't benefits. It won't bring the ultimate benefit of the tantra, which is full enlightenment, which is ultimate benefit for yourself, benefit for others. You won't be able to receive it. That's why bodhicitta is important. So in order to practice that, first we have to learn about bodhicitta, isn't it? We have to learn it, and that's the reason. Learning lamrim, the second principal aspect of the path. What would say? Yeah, yes. So then you get to know exactly what really bodhicitta is, what are the causes for it, what is the result for it, so that with that attitude, you will have a correct motivation to receive the initiation. Then the third principal aspect of the path is the emptiness. So very much I said before, the purpose of High Sukhi Tantra is to actualize Buddhahood, which is the true result, true perfect result, the perfect truths of benefit to all sentient beings, the form body, which you have already mentioned before. Now the perfect, what do you call the ultimate benefit to your own self, the most perfected quality or the cessation that which really, put yourself in the position that you achieve the path of no more learning, path of everlasting state, which is the state of Dharmakaya. And the Dharmakaya has to be result of it is a right continuum, and that right continuum is the exalted the exalted wisdom, and that exalted wisdom, the wisdom of the last moment of the 10 Bhumi Bodhisattvas, the exalted wisdom, wisdom realizing emptiness of the meditative equipoise of the 10 Bhumi Bodhisattva, and in order to achieve that, you need to achieve the earlier paths, such as all the cessation within the 10 bhumis, then the wisdom realizing emptiness, directly on the path of seeing. And in order to actualize that, you need to have a right continuum, which is the conceptual realization on emptiness, which you realize, during the path of preparation before achieving path of seeing. In order to actualize that, you need to have a wild training in a meditative absorption, and wild training in meditative absorption, before even entering into the path. In order to do that, you need to have qualified, analytical meditation knowledge. You need to be qualified to be able to do correct analytical meditation on emptiness in order to lead you to be able to meditate correctly on the absorption meditation. And this is even before entering into the path, as a beginner like us. So in order to do correct analytical meditation on emptiness, we need to learn correct teaching on emptiness, isn't it? So then that again, there's no more correct than what taught in Lamrim, what taught in Lamrim on the emptiness. So like that. That's one thing. That's one thing. Another reason is when we talk about Tantra, Haisukya Tantra, it's all about visualizations and all about generation from your wisdom, such as self-generation, front generation, generations of all the offerings, in generations of the celestial mansion, where there's no emptiness, wisdom, all those become fake, all those become not real, all those become just kind of imaginary, just simply, have that idea, but not really able to actualize actual self-generation, actual front generation, So in emptiness, as like Nagarjuna as always says, in emptiness, which is also fact in reality, in emptiness, everything exists. Where there's emptiness, everything exists. You see? So where there's no emptiness, nothing is possible to exist. So where there's no emptiness, celestial mansion won't be able to achieve. Self-generation, self-deity won't be able to develop. Front generation, deity, it is just simply kind of like grasping, something is not real, just imagining, you see. So now here, even though certain teaching, in the writing, they use the word imagine, but actually here, not talking about our normal way of imagining. Here, talking about visualization. We need to do all this visualization. So visualization, when you do qualified visualization, you really actualize in real, you see. But in our ordinary mind, we may think that is not real, and that is very much hallucination. That itself is not real. But in actual fact, in emptiness, you can really, when you first you purify all your ordinariness, then on that empty, then you actualize, from the sixth syllable, you actualize the entirety of like a compassionate Buddha Cheresik, Jawa Gyatso, like today, and that arise Cheresik Jawa Gyatso from the emptiness is real. It's not fake. It's real. You see, you can even have that divine pride that I am Cheresik Jawa Gyatso, or I'm Cheresik, isn't it? I'm the deity. And that is not a mistaken mind. That's a valid mind, you see. If that's not real, then that mind has to be a mistaken mind, you see. If we meditate on mistaken mind, then that's wrong, isn't it? That's a mistake, isn't it? Then whole life we are trained to meditate mistakenly, to accumulate full of mistaken imprints, then everything goes wrong, So everything become valid, everything make so sensible. It's all because of emptiness, all because of emptiness, and that's so true. If we really give some time to ourselves, at least during the session, about 1 hour, to examine yourself analytically, whether this ordinary, so-called as ordinary, truly exists or not, you really come to a point that it's absolutely, you cannot even find one substantial existence. You cannot even find one substance, one atom, not by you, not by others, not by scientists, not by spiritual, nothing can find absolutely at all, isn't it? You see? So it's very much, it's a construction of your mind, construction of your visualization, you see? You and me is a construction of mind, samsara and nirvana is a construction of mind. You see, in reality, there's one essence, and where the one essence goes, the essence goes in emptiness. In emptiness, when you have the capability, everything becomes celestial, everything becomes pure. When you don't have the capability of emptiness, then everything is impure. So therefore, in Buddha's mind, everything is every existent, including the way where I am sitting, where you are sitting, is a Buddha's realm. You see, for me, is no, it's not Buddha's realm. It is samsaric realm. For Buddha seeing you, for Buddha's eye, for Buddha's perception, you are celestial being. You are Daga Dakinis. You are angels. For us, when you look at in our mirror, it's no, definitely not angel. Well, then when you think about yourself, no, how can be angel be so quite a naughty? How can be angel be like that? The angel has to be very nice, very, very wonderful, isn't it? So you see, so therefore, so there's a wonderful reason. Samsara exists in Buddha's eye, but in Buddha's eye, samsara do not exist. It's very nice, you see. So that sometimes really make you really think deeply and try to change our habit of our perception, you see. So, okay, the point here, you see. So therefore, with emptiness, whatever visualization that lead during the initiation, everything happened real. So without emptiness, everything is like kind of like, it's just kind of imaginary day, what do we call the flower in the sky like that, you see. It's very much like imagining a rabbit horn, there's the guru say there's a horn on the rabbit. He say yes, there's a horn on the rabbit, very, very big, it's almost poking you like that. So without emptiness, all the visualization become like a meditating on rabbit horn. But with emptiness, then at least during the period or during the period of initiation and during the sadhana practice, whatever visualization you do according with the sadhana, everything, is very much like how Buddha would perceive the samsara, how Buddha would perceive the entirety of existence. In that meditator, in that individual sadhana practitioner's, perception, whatever you label, everything you are validly actualize everything accordingly, and that is possible with emptiness. So that's why the three principal aspect of the path is important. Okay, this is very basic. It's very much must need. So now, bit uncommon or do more strict way, then on top of this, then before receiving high tantric initiation, one must finish all the, at least a basic ngondo retreats. So first receive teaching on ngondo, like such as, at least like 4 major ngondos. First you receive the ngondo teaching, So there are like 4, there are 8, there are even 12, different varieties of number, but minimum, at least for the accumulation, to get the resources of merit to really able to receive the blessing of the Tantra. Then you receive teaching on refuge and you do ngondo retreat on refuge, minimum 100,000 retreat. Then to purify your impure mind, impure obstacles like through negativities of the past, in order for ourselves to really to be a clean container to receive the blessing of Tantra. Then receive the teaching on Vajrasattva and do the Vajrasattva retreat, the long mantra 100,000 times minimum. Oh, sorry, I make a mistake. The first one, the refuge is to really establish the foundation to receive all the blessings, like such as the vows, the tantric Buddha vow, tantric vows, to set the foundation in you, like that. Oh, then the third one, to accumulate the merit to accumulate to accumulate the resources of merit, then receive teaching on mandala offering, then you actualize 100,000 mandala retreat. Or then to really to effectively receive blessings, from a guru, the guru who is initiating you, who is oneness with the mandala deity. Then in order to kind of be ready with that link, the channel, you really kind of create that wire to plug. It's very much like creating the wire to plug to the actual electricity, to receive the electricity like that, is to receive teaching on Lama Tsongkhapa Guru Yoga as a Gelug. Other tradition, they have different Guru Yogas. So as a Gelug practitioner, receive Lama Tsongkhapa Guru Yoga teaching on that, then conduct Lama Tsongkhapa Guru Yoga retreat, 100,000, either 4-line, 5-line, or 9-line, or whichever you can afford to. Do 100,000 retreats. So this is the uncommon minimum, you see, to accomplish it. Then you receive high school tantric initiation. Then like that. Yeah. So minimum. Okay. So there are more, but so okay, at least this one. Okay. So I better move on. So the second question is, how does one know that we are ready for high school tantric initiation empowerment? Okay, already answered that one. Yeah, the second question, I think, also is the same, like, yeah, I think just how to say, question 1A, 1B. Then the second question is, if one is unable to fulfill this daily commitment for the high school tantric initiation, can we still be on Zoom to see the proceeding of the initiation on the basis of receiving the blessing of it rather than receiving the initiation itself? Yes, usually cannot, but now whichever Lama, the preceding Lama, they provide you online, accessible to anyone to see, then yeah, you can at least receive as a blessing. But then when you are receiving the Buddhist vow, tantric vows, when you do the receiving of the 4 initiations, there you should not follow the visualizations and also the self-generation, the generation of mandala, all this, you don't follow through the instruction. You just watch and generate inspirations and make prayers, rejoice, like that. Okay, then yes, so something like that. Any other questions? Yeah, time went so fast.
Thank you, Geshe. Maybe if people have a question, they can just put their hand up and we can see. Yeah. No.
No questions? Okay. No questions? Huh?
I'm just thinking a little bit more.
If no question, we can do the light offering.
Oh. Sandra, you didn't want to ask your question from our practice day? Maybe this would be a good question Geshe was asked on the weekend. Yeah.
Geshe, yes, so I asked the question about reciting mantra on Mani Padme Hum, and I was wondering what is the benefit of only reciting one on Mani Padme Hum in contrast to reciting many, many thousands?
Okay. Oh, okay. So reciting one, reciting thousands, and yeah, whatever benefit that we have for reciting one multiplies 1,000 times. That's the quickest answer, maybe. Yeah, I think it can be like that, isn't it? Yeah, it can be like that. So it's one way like that. Yeah. Another thing is the more you recite, it's very much you utilize your speech. So you see, any practices that you need to be use your speech, then whatever karma we committed in the past through speech, it directly impact to purify. So that's one of the benefit. So whatever practice we need to engage our physical body, similar, whatever karma they commit by physical body, it directly antidote. Whatever practices, but it directly antidote whenever we use our physical body. Whatever meditation we do in our heart, that directly, like when you do meditation on emptiness or bodhicitta, directly purify whatever karma committed, from our thoughts. And of course, it also benefit others, but it directly become antidote to the mind. So like that. And then you also create, meritorious karma to actualize Buddha's meritorious sound. So that's another benefit why we repeat. Then there are other many benefits. One of benefits is very much each time you chant, it activates all the channels, all the chakras, and all the channels, and it directly, impact our central channel to very much, infuse a stronger imprint to actualize great bliss of bodhicitta, then eventually, to So they actualize, more intense imprint. The more you chant. That's not only our speech. Whatever practice we do through our body, speech, and mind, that accumulate stronger imprint in our mental continuum, through that virtue, and that is going to be very helpful, at the time of, especially, when we experience clear light during intermediate state, and all our spiritual practices. So that those are the benefit. Another benefit, emphasized from all the sutras. When you recite even just one, the breath from that recitation, transmit through atmosphere, and from that atmosphere, that atmosphere wherever it touches, the animals or any beings and places, it brings the impact of purification and blessings. No question about just receiving blessings to yourself. So the more you chant, then you're able to contribute more of such blessings, such energy, in the atmosphere, like that. Then there are many sentient beings, in particularly formless sentient beings, who have no capability to, no capability to utilize their form, and also no capability to meditate, understand Dharma. But then they have a capability to hear, different mantras, and certain mantra like Medicine Buddha mantra or Mani Padme Hum. It is so powerful that just by hearing, it impact them, it purified them. Just by recitations of Mani Padme Hum can even be so powerful that just by hearing once by animals, especially when they are in the last stage, they're dying, really can able to determine their next rebirth in higher realms, like human realm, like that. So no, so like this, there are so many different benefits. Then another thing is it's very much like calling Chenrezig. Whenever you recite Om Mani Padme Hum, if you want someone to talk to you, something you need to call them, isn't it? You need to call their name, isn't it? So I need to talk to you, or send message, isn't it? So you have so much thing to talk to Chenrezig, isn't it? We have so much thing to ask from Chenrezig, so full of blessings, So each time you say Om Mani Padme Hum, you are like telling Chenrezig, please listen to me, hello, Chenrezig, it's very much like that. So that goes to all the mantras. Whenever you recite any of the mantras of different deities, you're very much calling them, so like that. Then, especially when about Om Mani Padme Hum, 6-syllable mantra, antidote to 6 realm sentient beings. You see, so directly, indirectly, benefit each and every single numberless sentient beings. 6-syllable also. Each time you recite, you accumulate causes to actualize, 6 parameters, create causes of the Buddhahood, you see. So we need to accumulate 3 countless merit. So one time maybe not good enough. We may need to recite many, many times. So because each time you recite, you accumulate the merit for six parameters. Purify the, you're able to bring benefit to 6 realm sentient beings. So there are many, in many different sutra. Actually, today, in fact, I thought maybe I can say a bit of some of the benefits of the mantra. Next time. Right here, I have the text. It's unbelievable benefits like that. Oh, sorry. Okay. So we do light offering, Venerable. Venerable Lindila, we do light offering.
That'll be great.
Okay.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Sure. Oh, yeah. So those of you have any candles, or then you can lead if you like. Otherwise, no problem. Whatever light that you have in the house, you visualize them. Then also the Meda have organized immense of light in Buddha Stupa in Nepal from the prayer room in Buddha. So you can also visualize that. Then, yes, everywhere in different centers, different rinpoches, mandala, immense of light offerings. And then around the world, so many different cities, there are plenty of light, especially in Australia now. We're in the nighttime, especially, your side, cold, freezing night. So including of your heater lights, so you don't waste, including of your heater lights from your heater, lights from your electric blankets. Yeah. Even though you don't see the brightness, but also may have lights, isn't it? So anyway, yes. So then the lights of the sun and moon, stars, like that. So everything you offer. So again, with understanding of emptiness, then you actualize them as an infinite offering to all the Buddhas. Then from there, the blessings, dedicated to all the sentient beings to purify the root cause of their suffering, the ignorant. So then also understand all these lights. The definitive meaning of the light is wisdom of emptiness. Then the interpretive meaning of the light, dispel the darkness, like that. So the emptiness is a direct antidote to the ignorant. So since we are actualizing, on the basis of emptiness, then we can understand the lights are infinite, and very, very huge, vast. It's very much in the light offering prayer by Lama Atisha said, may this vessel become as vast as the entire billionfold universe. So even though it's just one small candle, we don't stuck in that idea, we understand through the emptiness, then even that container is as entire billionfold universe like that. Then may it is wick grow as large as a Sumeru, the king of mountain. So the wick in the candle, or in the light bulb, there's thing inside, isn't it? You visualize them. It's huge, like Mount Meru. It's so tall, so infinite, like that. And may the oil or the candle wax or the butter or the whatever the scientific the substance that they make it possible, the light to glow so bright, you understand, you visualize, become as vast as a great ocean at the edge of the world. So the entire universe is filled with the butter, or with the candle wax, or with the science, the element that create the bulb. Then and may the billion such lamp appear before each and every Buddhas. So before we have visualized Shakyamuni Buddha, then it is celestial, all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Gurus, deities, infinite. You can in your mind, you can have like the bird eye kind of view, it's everyone there, every Buddha's there, every Guru's there, like that. So you offer to each Buddha, each Gurus, numberless, you see. So so very much like numberless, like that. So we don't have to worry about the space. It's just visualize infinite. And their light banishing the darkness of ignorance everywhere. So the light bring the impact. Conventionally, it just brighten all the darkness in the world. Then definitively, it purify all the ignorant graspings in every single sentient being. Just right there, every single being, starting from you, it's very much like release from the chain of grasping of inherent existence, grasping of true existence, grasping of permanent existence, grasping of attachment, grasping of anger, grasping of jealousy, grasping of ego or pride, grasping of depression, grasping of misunderstanding, grasping of insecurity, fear for insecurity, grasping of low self-esteem, grasping of all the wrong thoughts that we cling on from the past. There are so many thoughts that which is truly real rubbish in our heart, from the past, and that every day never let you, kind of like freely eat, freely walk, freely talk, freely communicate with people. You just carry that baggage, here. Understand with this practice of light offering, release those chains. Then we have so many unnecessary worry, the uncertainty of tomorrow. You see, the fact is we don't know whether we will be up to tomorrow or not. That's the reality. That's the fact, actually, because it lies in the nature of impermanent. So just simply feel the fortune of the present, and wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever food you are eating, everything you feel, that's the best. Then you have everything. Tomorrow will come. If there is, will be all right. Just comfort yourself. Okay. So when you say release from the grasping, we have to understand that way. Otherwise, just give one big word, release from the grasping of inherent existence. It sounds wonderful, big, but then you have to apply it. You see, and not only say now, meditate now, but we have to be mindful to remember this meditation, this practice after this session onward. When we go to sleep, remember, I've just released all the grasping, but then now I'm still carrying the baggage, to go to sleep, which is going to impact my sleep, like that, you have to apply like that. So anyway, like this. So from the very peak of existence down to the lowest hell, may they reveal all the realms of the Buddha and Bodhisattva throughout the 10 directions. So because of this light, everyone's eye is opened. In the human realm, every human being, those who are lacking with aspiration to know Buddha, they suddenly have a heart, to really at least develop curiosity to know Buddha. You see, those who know Buddha but never really study the teaching, then because of your practice of this light offering, all of them suddenly open heart to study the Dharma. And there are so many that who study Dharma but didn't understand. Then immediately they understood the Dharma. They understood, but then they didn't apply in the practice, and suddenly they start to practice the Dharma and apply. And they apply, but never really gain realization. There's something blockage, because of this light offering. They all realize the path, And there are many, arahats who stuck in the self-nirvana peace. Suddenly, because of this light offering, condition them to, wake up from the nirvana peace and pursue the altruistic path. And those who are in the path of accumulation, it's like they got promotion to path of preparation, promotion to path of seeing, and path of seeing onward. Those above the 10 bhumis, because of your light offering, they are like kind of like climbing a staircase so fast like that. There's so many beings who are in the 10 bhumi haven't actualized Buddhahood. You see, right now, what you do, practice, create causes for them to, like that. You see, so there, if you do by yourself, this practice slowly, you can do this very detailed meditation, very beautiful meditation. You can do like that. But now here you can understand something like this, okay? So then the rest of the other sentient beings, whoever has a limitation from Dharma, meeting Buddha, realizing the path, every being, their merits ripen from this condition of your light offering. So we can understand like this. Then after that, it says, Om Ava Loki, Om Vajra Aloge Ahum. So that is the actual offering of the light mantra. Then after that is, say, Emao, this wondrous, amazing light burning brightly, I offer to the 1,000 Buddhas of the fortunate age, Gurus, Yidam deities, Dakinis, and Dharmapalas, and the deities of all the mandalas, in all the infinite realms of the 10 directions. May all beings with my own parent foremost among them, in this and in all lives to come, whatever our place of birth. Always see directly the perfect Buddha's realm and remain forever inseparable from Amitabha, Lord of the boundless light. Grant your blessings so that through the power of truth of the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and the deities of the three roots, this prayer of aspiration may swiftly be fulfilled. So that time you can also meditate or dedicate that whatever visualization you have done before, all actualize in actual fact. Then recite the mantra that which makes all the dedications to be actualized, which is the Tayato, Benzade, our Buddha, so you recite like that. Okay, so before doing so, I will just do a short blessing. After that, then refuge Bodhichitta. Then after that, I will do the Samanabhadara's the infinite cloud of offering, then the light offering as the mandala offering. Then after that, they will recite the Atisha's light offering prayer. Sanje Chodam Soje Sonala Chajubado Dani Jazonje Dai Chizoje Sonam Dola Benja Sanje Dobajo Sanje Chodam Soje Sonala Chajubado Dani Jazonje Dagi Chizoje Sonam Dola Benja Sanje Dobajo Sanje Chodam Soje Sonala Chajubado Dani Jaz Dagi Chizoje Sonam Dola Benja Sanje Dobajo Sanjatam Jedawada Deve Judan Debaju Jatam Jedunga Donga Judan Tabaju Sanjatam Jedunga Bedawada Midabaju Jatam Jeniracha Tanula never Juraje Samjaya Damja Dewada, Devi Judan Demarju, Samja Damja Dunga, Donga Judan Rawaju, Samja Damja Dunga, Bedawada Midawaju, Samja Damja Judan Judan Tanula never Juraje, Samja Damja Dewada, Devi Judan Debaju, Samja Damja Dunga, Donga Judan Rawaju, Samja Damja Dunga, Bedawada Midawaju, Samja Damja Judan Tanula never Juraje. Then I will recite the prayers to purify the impurities, purify the place, purify any impure substance that you use for the container, the light, and also the candle wax, the butter, etc. And you can understand that you're also receiving this purification of where you are and all this. O tamje dune sashe da sema lazo me bada la de tanya bendo raje jambo ne juro je. So then, if you have already, done a proper visualization of the merit field that I explained before, then you can just, again, you are viewing them even more vividly, more clearly like that. If you haven't done that before, then right here, well, I do the recitation of the invitations of the merit field, then you just feel all the Buddha's deities and the Bodhisattvas and the gurus from the 10 direction, descend and abide in front of you as observe your merit field to make this light offering. O Malu Zemje Gunje Gunje do de Punje Nize Jumde Mona Malu Yanda Jinju de Jumde Purje Nide Go So Omo Ahum Omo Ahum Omo Ahum Omo Omo Namo Bhagavate Pesa Sarapamada Netataka Harahade Samazam Buddha Tayato Bishop Omo Namo Bhagavate Pesa Sarapamada Netataka Harahade Samazam Buddha Tayato Bishop Omo Namo Bhagavate Pesa Sarapamada Netataka Harahade Samazam Buddha Tayato Sawagama Varana Vijatana Benze Zo Gunjo Sumje Dembata Sanje da Jusema Sony Yungu Soje Nambata Sanje Media Betobi did the senior do Bara Euro Saje Beje Joshe Mendo Dama Revelation in the Jemba de Sanje Jindo me de Buwai Yogun Namda Jin La Jo Barai Jo Da Je Lunga Ye Zolon Jo De Zon Dia Zo Je Renje Menda Sambo Buzan Jo So Jo Ban Beya Lami Lama Ye Da Kujo Sonam Tuje Wanje Shinyen Da La Jin Je Lab Do So Da Ye Chada Mo So Je Be Yo Tanye Ba So Do Na Lo Jo Na Pomba Me Ba Do Je Le Jo Do So Ra Za Do Wa Jin Je Lo Ye Da Mang Guru Ra Na Menda La Gamne Ya Da Ya So now we recite the light offering prayer by Lama Atisha. I will recite in Tibetan. You can recite the phonetic or you can recite in English and visualize accordingly. Koyo dan nyambara gyuro je dombo ne reye jabo rirabo samdo gyuro je margo ne taye jazo samdo gyuro je tane sanje re dendo donjo re jungwara gyuro je weje sibe zemo menje ne Narmebe Nyawa Yenje Marebe Mumba Tamje Sane Choju Sanje Dan Chanju Sembe Shingam Tamje Musumdo Tonjin Sawara Yuro Je Om Benza Alonge Ahum 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 Om Benza Longe Ahum, Om Benza Longe Ahum, Om Benza Longe, Om Benza Longe Ahum, Yema Ho, Mozara Mejo, Nasa Deme, de Kazan Sange, Tonza, Laso, Ramjan Choje, Shingan Malube, Lama Yedam Kando Chojon. Jingoro Lazo Namla Bewara Ye, Pame Zeje, Semje, Tamje, Sera Deda, Gene, Tamje, Do, Zosa Yebe, Shingang Tone, Oba Megun, Yeda, Yerme, Sho, Kojo, Sunda, Zasum, Hazo, Dembe Tuye, Melam, Deta, De, Nyodo, Dobra, Jinje, Labdo so Taya Tha Benza Dea Awa Bedana 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 so Tayada Benzadia Awa Bedana Yezo. So now we do dedication. So dedicate whatever merit that we accumulate from this session and the light offering, be the complete cause for numberless sentient beings to be free from oceans of samsaric suffering and actualize samsaric suffering and free from all its causes, the karma and delusion, and actualize from a temporary happiness up to the ultimate happiness and enlightenment. Also dedicate, may this collective merit be a complete cause. Any beings who pass away, in particularly the last 49 days, be free from suffering of death, suffering of intermediate state, suffering of rebirth, and actualize higher rebirth, such as precious human rebirth or in the pure land. And within that very lifetime, they actualize state of full enlightenment accordingly. Dedicate this collective merit with anyone that who going through difficulties in the life, obstacle, such as health issues, business issues, relationship issues, emotional issues, whatever they may be, overcome instantly without delay even a moment, and actualize perfect health, full of virtues and peace and happiness, long life, and fulfill all the aspirations of enlightenment accordingly. May this collective merit be a complete cause. This pandemic, the COVID pandemic, as well as any form of other diseases, and then the war and famine, all those adversity, natural disasters to be overcome without delay even a moment. May this collective merit be a complete cause. All the world leaders, organization, and the individual who lead the family and yourself who lead your life, free from all the negative emotions, and fill your heart with loving kindness, compassion, and wisdom of selfless emptiness, so that anyone under their leadership can able to only enjoy peace and happiness and virtue. Also dedicate this collective merit be a complete cause for all the good people in this world, like His Holiness Dalai Lama, all your spiritual gurus, and yourself, your family members, always enjoy good health, long life, and fulfill all your aspirations accordingly. Dedicate this collective merit be a complete cause, all the religious institutions like monasteries, nunneries, and all the Dharma centers, and in particularly Chadong Chendong Center in Tasmania, free from all the inner outer secret obstacles, and actualize all the conducive conditions, all the facilities for extensive learning, the complete Dharma, and also actualizing all the realizational stages of path accordingly. Also dedicate this collective merit be a complete cause. May each and every one of us able to practice like the Gelong Pelmo, who actualized compassionate Buddha within that very lifetime, that very session of practice, then able to be the source of peace and happiness and the Dharma to numberless sentient beings. May we be able to dedicate like the Buddha's many deeds of lives, throughout existence, benefiting numberless sentient beings. May we too able to perform all those deeds, and as well as able to actualize the deeds of enlightenment within this very lifetime. So then please dedicate, then also understand that dedicate ourselves, the merit and the purpose we dedicate, all lies in the nature of interdependent rising, in the nature of emptiness, lacking of inherent existence. Then please dedicate whatever individual dedications that you have while I recite this dedication prayer. Jawadi Nyoda Lama Sanje Drupyone Drowaji Jamalu Badi Sala Gobarjo, Chanju Semjoren Boje Maje Panam Jeju Jawanyamba Mebayan Kone Gundo Pewa Jotoni Tawarin Boje Maje Panam Jeju Jawanyamba Mebayan Kone Gundo Pewash Remye Tawarin Boje Maje Panam Jeju Jawanyamba Mebayan Kone Gundo Pewajo, Jambe Bawajita Jamada Kudu Sambo Deyan Dejin Tagunje Juzo Daloji Jawade Tatam Jerabdongo Duzunjebe Jawatam Jedemo Kala Judonga Badaji Jebe Zawade Sambo Jejerabdongo Warai Kare Rabe Kobe Chingan, Pendante Wamali Jumene Jerezema, Tenzin Jato Yeshabe Sedebado Denjuch. Tozo Jaja Jango Jave Tenzin Bebe Gonzo Doba Juzon Kobe Lemeto Bataso de Jekondo Shabde, Juzoname Kuzera, Denjangua Tele Jojo Jambada Losan, Debeto Mesazum. Dove Mozeta do Jeju, Jawagondo Yanda Lamada, Major Jepela Longe, Sadalam Jeju Terabdo. Doje Janje Gombanyu Dojo, Pamasim Jetam Jetan, then using and Rotam Jeta do Tonga, Janju Sambakana Sujo, Pateta, Punyaman Dojo, Simjaneba, Jennifer, never Tajuj. Doene Malebata do Juma, Mebara, Jumde, Jabata, Mayanda Bazobes and Yamana, the way Javala Charles of Josabazabajamukuzambalacha. I had on better the all but the names of the damages, or that on better the all but the names of the damages, or that on better the all but the names of the damages. That on better the all but the names of the damages, or that on better the all but the names of the damages, or that on better the all but the names of the damages, or that on better the all but the names of the that on better the all but the names of the damages, or that on better the all but the names of the damages, or Jum the day of Rajamanda was over and Mila Bidu, Jabala Chazo, Jum the day of Rajamanda was over and more than Mola Jero to the Jabala Chazalo. Major Java Janada Dende Loame, and the Mother Dajanazana, Namdame, never do your Dumbaji, then comes to Jumbada Demba, you mentioned those are Denzel Polotion, Demba Uren, Taji, better Zoa Mikavation, no, but the Simjara. Samba Churchill Driver, Dashi, Johnny Mondele, Sendele, Kuyandele, Zetato Delepe, Kunjo, Sumje, Dashi. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tujiche, and sorry for taking some extra time. Keep warm.
Thank you so very much, Geshe.
Thank you, Geshe. Thank you, Venerable.
This special day, very meaningful for all of us. Thank you so very much, Geshe.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hello. What is the name? Dog?
Hmm?
Carol, there's a dog.
He's an old dog. His name is Dudley.
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 Oh.
He's very old.
Thank you very
Not much
Oh,
longer.
he woke up now.
Not much longer for living. So I'm looking after him.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm doing some prayers for him.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, thank you.